Can you hear me now?
Can you guys hear me now?
They can see you now.
Oh, you guys can see me? Yeah? Can everybody see me? Awesome. How about hearing me? We're just working out the kinks. This is the second time I have done this. And I've been so excited for days and weeks. Now, I don't have my chat up over here.
Okay. All right. I'm going to get it up.
So my husband is going to work on my chat over here, but I have to tell you guys that I couldn't be more humbled and more excited to have all of you join me. This is amazing. And, I see so many team members and customers and stamping friends and other demonstrators. It is just such a blessing. So thank you for tuning in and joining me. It's pretty overwhelming just to see all of these places that you guys are in the world. It's pretty phenomenal. So enough of all of that, but I am just so blessed to have you here with me tonight. My husband is working here with me today, and you'll get to meet him in a minute. But he is working to get my comments back up. If you guys are just joining me, this is my second live ever. And it is awesome. It is really awesome. And the fact that we can come together like this is amazing. And so we're working out a few little kinks here and there. So definitely leave me a message. I'd love to know who's with us tonight, and I would love to know where you're from. That would be awesome. And I hope you guys are doing well. I know this time right now during the COVID-19 is very difficult. It's very difficult for us all. But my hope is that you're finding some time to maybe get your mind off it, keep your hands and your minds busy doing some crafting. So that is my hope, and that everyone is staying well. Okay, I've got comments now. Oh, I'm thrilled to pieces. Okay, so I can see Fran and Penny, oh my gosh, and Alberta, and Thelma. Miss Thelma, you made it on here. I'm so excited. Tell Susan I appreciate her helping you get on here. And Tanya, Carrie, oh, my heart is so happy. So I am excited to share with you guys a 10 and 20 tonight. It has been a while since I've done that. And some of you are probably like, what the heck is that? So I'll share with you what that is here in just a few minutes. But today is, what is today? May 14th. And so if you are watching this video after May 14th, well, then you're actually watching the replay. So I do want to let you guys know that. And so, Doug, do you want to pop in? My husband is going to help, and I'm going to introduce him today.
Hey, everybody. Sorry, last time, evidently, when we did the live, I was typing a little bit too loud, so I'm going to try to type a little quieter this time. And I apologize for the delay, but I'm glad we finally got you up here. So, have fun.
So now you guys get to meet the man behind the IT. So when you email me and you say something's not working, that's who I go to.
That's who to blame.
That's who to blame. He's the one. So, but yeah, so Doug is, he is the other half of my business. And many of you probably, he helps me with emails sometimes. And so if you get an email from Doug, that's the guy. So, all right. So hi, Priscilla. Thanks for popping on. Okay, so I am excited to share with you the stamp set that we're going to use today. It is the Hold On to Hope stamp set. Now this stamp set is near and dear to my heart, okay? And I'm sad to say it's retiring. Oh, but that's okay. When stuff retires, there's more stuff to come, so don't be sad. Be excited for that, because the new catalog is phenomenal. But I want to share with you this stamp set because it is one of my favorites. I'm a little partial. So a few years back, I've been a demonstrator, 12 years? And I was the 13th person to cross $1 million in career sales. Yeah, so I was so excited, and I wouldn't be here today without all of you, my team, and my family, and the good Lord above. So I'm so grateful that I had this opportunity, and this is the stamp set that I got to design. So Doug and I did a lot of drawings, and we flew out to Stampin' Up, and we met with the graphic artist, and literally designed the stamp set, and they brought it to life for me. So it is retiring, but today I wanted to kind of share with you my inspiration behind the stamp set and some reminiscing of some things that we've done with it that has just been amazing. And so the inspiration behind it is my team. They were a big part of this. And so before BrandysCards, before I changed my logo, I had a logo that had sort of like this flower and a butterfly and some kind of, you know, kind of the vine type flower like this. And so I wanted to incorporate BrandysCards in that, but my team, my amazing team members, which are ultimately all my dear friends, they are my blooms and butterflies. And so my blooms are creating and sharing their beautiful cards, and my butterflies, they're selling. And they're out there flying and selling Stampin' Up. So that's our team, Blooms and Butterflies, and I felt like this was a beautiful representative representing them. The other thing that inspired me is my neighbor. Well, he's not my neighbor anymore, but he was. My son, Dylan, his best friend, is Parker. And Parker was 7, and he had inoperable brain cancer. And so his parents started a foundation called Pounding for Parker Foundation. And so Dylan and Parker are super close, and Parker went through 17 months of chemo treatment. And so that was very, very difficult to watch and to see. And so, you know, that was also a big part of my hold on to hope, because we have to hold on to hope. And I thought it was a stamp set that we could all use at some point. So Parker was also a very big part of that inspiration. All right, so I'm gonna just kind of take a quick look really quick over here and see, hi Shirley, oh my goodness, and Amanda. It is so fun to see all of you, and Gloria from St. Joe. I am from Michigan too. I am from Baroda, Michigan. You guys are gonna Google that and be like, what? It's called Baroda, Michigan. I won't spell it for you. It's by St. Joe. Awesome. You cased my card several years ago. Okay, so Cindy, the card that I have to you today, I've actually pulled back from the past. And again, I was just excited to share another 10 and 20, but I was also really excited to share with you this beautiful stamp set and that it's actually getting ready to retire. Now the framelits, I'm gonna just show them to you really quick and then I'll get stamping, I promise. I'm just so excited that I get to chat with everybody. Tanya, oh my gosh, it's so good to see everybody on here. All right, these are the framelits that coordinate. And so you'll see this actually cuts out this really pretty flower right here. And then you've got the cross, and then you've got the banner, and this is for that flower, and that's the butterfly. So the framelits are on sale for $10.80. So even without the stamp set, these framelits just make beautiful cards for some of your ministries, for church, or of course just to send to anyone. And of course right now, we all need to receive some cards and some love. So, all right, I am going to sneak over next to I got another chair here with my setup for my video. So I'm going to show you the card that we're going to make today, and if you hang on with me at the end, I pulled some of the most recent cards that I've received. I love receiving your cards, and I'm going to start sharing them in all of my lives. So I've pulled the last few that I've received, and then I also am going to share with you a card that I made with the new in colors. That's right, the new in colors. Okay, I'm going to pop over here and we're going to get started. Okay. So this is the card we're going to make today, and I have some more to show you. But this one, celebrating one of God's most remarkable creations. And it is just such a beautiful card, and it's easy to create, it's easy to make, and we're going to do what I call a 10 and 20. And so you guys are probably wondering, what is a 10 and 20? Well, I have everything cut and everything is ready to go. And I'm going to show you how I make 10 cards in 20 minutes. Now you're probably wondering, well, why do I need to know that? Well, I am making cards all of the time, and I love to send them to my customers, my family, my friends, my team members, you name it. I like to give them away as gifts. I like to take them to people's houses. When I go to parties, I wrap them with bows. And so I'm always making cards. And so my husband said to me one day, why don't you show people your process and making 10 cards in 20 minutes? Because I'm always doing that. And so I thought, you know what, that's a good idea, because a lot of times when we make our cards, we basically will make one or maybe two. But if you're sending lots of cards, well, you need to make a bunch too, right? So here we go. We are just folding our cardstock in half. And I've got 10 pieces of Whisper white cardstock here. Now you could certainly use a bone folder, but I tend to just use my fingers, all right? So now what I'm gonna do is I have some grid paper from my Stamparatus, which I love, and I have petal pink here. Now I have to tell you guys, petal pink is a color that I did not give much love to. And after I created this card, I was totally in love with it. And I have changed my tune. It's kind of funny how that works. You just gotta use stuff. And then, you know, when you find that right combination, it's like, oh, where have you been? So what I'm doing is the grid paper actually kind of allows me to sort of move my paper around. But what I'm doing is I am just kind of stamping around the edges. Now I want to show you here real quick that when I put my white piece on here, it covers the middle, so I really don't have to worry too much, okay? So I have got 9 of these guys, and I am stamping it very random. Now remember, I picked petal pink, but you could pick any color that you would like, all right? You could do this in any color that fits your fancy. And I actually have some other cards that I designed with this set that I'm excited to share with you too. So while I'm stamping this, I have to share with you, back in April, it wasn't April of this year, but I think it was last year, we had a big team meeting here in Charlotte, North Carolina, where I live right now, and it was amazing. We had our team members, they flew in, and this stamp set, you know, we talked about the pounding for part. We had what happened was Stampin' Up allowed me to create the stamp set, right? But one of the other big things that they allowed me to do is ask for a wish. And so my wish was that they send me some retired product that I could use to raise money for the Pounding for Parker Foundation. And so my team members, they came in some came in early, and we all got together at my house and we opened this box from Stampin' Up. And I'm sure, Tanya, do you remember that? I think you're on here with me. And it was amazing. We opened this box and it had so much Stampin' Up product in it that I don't know how they got it all in there, quite honestly. But it was tons of stuff, like lots of treasures. And so we basically filled goodie bags. I mean, we had at least, gosh, I think 75 goodie bags. I guess, Tanya, you were really a big part in filling those goodie bags, so you probably know, but there was a ton. And so we had them at the team meeting, and we sold them as grab bags, and so nobody knew what was in the bags. And we sold, I think, all of them except like 5 or 6. It was phenomenal. And I'm so excited to say that we raised $2,200 that day for the Pounding for Parker Foundation. And that was from that box of goodies, as well as a bunch of my retired stuff that I put in there too. So I was just so grateful that for my team and for their generosity and giving towards the Pounding for Parker Foundation. Now, I didn't really tell you what the foundation represents. They raise awareness for pediatric brain cancer and research. And so that is why that foundation is so near and dear to my heart, because we love that little Parker, which I have to tell you, he is doing amazing. And so that's some good stuff. All right, so thanks for hanging tight with me on that. So we've got those stamped. Isn't that so pretty, that color? Oh, I love it. When you stamp the petal pink on the pink, fabulous. All right, so I have to reach behind me and grab a glue. I forgot a glue. I mean, I gotta have that. Okay, so I have my multi-purpose adhesive, and I'm just gonna start gluing these down. Now, it is not about how fast I'm doing this. It is more just about the process. And when I'm done, I'll look back at comments and see if you guys have any questions. But it's really not about how fast. It's more about just kind of sharing with you the process in which I go about doing my cards for you guys. Because when I make my cards for thank you notes and host code gifts, this is what I am doing. And generally, I am doing it at 7 a.m. watching the Today Show. I like to watch the Today Show and when I'm making cards. So that is a lot of the time when I do that. All right, so I want you guys to leave me a comment. I actually have 2 Hold On to Hope stamp sets and 2 sets of framelits. And I would love to hear what your favorite retired stamp set is, or retiring stamp set. And then I will let the computer do a random draw for a couple of winners for the Hold On to Hope stamp set and the framelits. That's right. So if you guys want to let me know what is the stamp set that you're sad to see go. But I have to say, I've seen the new catalog. And speaking of the new catalog, for those of you that pre-ordered the catalog, good news, they've shipped. So we're doing the happy dance on that. So you should receive your catalog within the next 2 weeks. So Stampin' Up! Has assured me that all the pre-ordered catalogs have shipped. So I'm super excited about that. And for somebody who did not pre-order it but ordered it afterwards, I just got my shipment today. So I'm going to be working on those tomorrow. So you guys, your catalogs are a-coming. And I can't hardly wait for you to see them. They're fantastic. All right, so I'm down to my last one. So far, so good. So far, pretty easy, right? Nothing too crazy. Now, I don't really have a timer in front of me, so if y'all are timing me, well, I don't really have a timer in front of me. But I think I've practiced this a couple of times because I was excited to share it with you. All right, I'm gonna pull my petal pink back in, and I have got the cross. And so I'm gonna just start stamping the cross. You know, I have to tell you guys that I generally use the normal Whisper White paper, but all of a sudden, I don't remember who I was on the phone with, but somebody said, oh, you have to try the thick Whisper White. It's fantastic for the card base, and it gives you it's more sturdy. And so I tried it, like, I'm sorry to say, this is live. I just tried it recently and I absolutely love it. Oh my gosh, I love the sturdiness of our thick paper. So that is what I'm actually stamping on right now, is the thick Whisper White. So it is really, really nice, really nice. And so that was pretty easy, right? We just stamped our cross on all of our little white pieces. Now, if you're wondering what the size and the dimensions are, I'm not sharing any of that in this video. However, I will have all of that available for you on BrandysCards. So you can pop over there later and you'll be able to see all of that, okay? So since we used this stamp set on the previous, or it's not stamp set, but the stamp, celebrating one of God's most remarkable creations, I decided to go with this one. I have made you and I will carry you, I will sustain you and I will rescue you. Isaiah 46. So I just thought this was a beautiful message, and I think in the times that we're in, I think that it is a beautiful message and card that you can send. So I'm just gonna ink it up. I'm using Early Espresso. And one thing that I'm doing is I'm actually looking at the top line of my cross and I'm lining it up underneath the Made You. Now, I'm leaning in a little bit, so I'm hoping that this is working and that y'all can see well and that you're not looking at the top of my head. So I'm just stamping this just right here on the top. And I don't know about you guys, but when I go to like stamp and try to stamp something straight, it's like, okay, I gotta concentrate. So the Stamparatus would have been fantastic in this scenario, but I didn't think about that. So that's the beauty of stamping, you know, there's lots of different ways of doing things, isn't there? So here we go. I have just got a couple more. I honestly think that I had a couple extras in here for in case I made a boo-boo. And I think maybe I might have too many in here. But at any rate, we have got all of our messages stamped. So I'm gonna move my stamp pad out of the way because I have set my elbow in it before. Now this is one of my favorite things to do. You guys have probably seen this before. I turn everything over, just like this. I turn it all over, and I seriously do this, seriously. And now, since my boys are home from school, and I actually sit my family down and I'm like, okay boys, it is sticker time. We are gonna add some stickers. And they don't love it, but they don't find as much humor in it as I do. But at any rate, they help me put Stampin' Dimensionals. So your cards are actually being made by my whole family. So it's a lot of fun for sure. You know, and just like crafting with family and friends and you know, your customers and other demonstrators, it's about the fellowship. And so even though they're stickering and they're not enjoying stickering, they're sharing with me and we're talking, and we've even put the phone, we've even called my mom and my grandma, and we put the phone in the middle of the table and we all talk to my family. And it has just been so much fun. I have really, really enjoyed that. So now it's like I'm always looking for things they can sticker. And they're kind of hoping that I don't have much to sticker, but anyway, they now know what pop dots are. I don't think they would admit that to their friends, but they do. They are fully aware of pop dots. So, all right, so I've just got a couple more to put down, and I use both of my hands. You guys are probably going, holy moly. I do, I don't know. I've always done that. I guess because I feel like sometimes I move faster, so I've always used both of my hands. So if you joined us at the Creative 8 retreat, Lisa Curcio showed us a trick using the Take Your Pick tool and how she like picks off the little, you know, the little doodabber tops, you know. I haven't gotten it yet real well, as you can see. I need some practice, clearly. Okay, so I'm gonna go back to my fingers, but that little tool, if you figure it out, it works like a charm. But it's really cool, and I'm excited. For those of you that joined us on the Creative 8 online retreat, I hope that you had an absolute blast. It was so much fun doing that all day, and it's funny because we heard so many comments that people were like, they had no intention on sitting there 12 hours crafting. And I'll be honest with you, I wasn't going to sit there all day either, and I did, and I crafted right along with everybody else, and it was so much fun. So thank you all for joining us for that event. It just was really, really cool. And actually the team and I met today, and we are we're getting ready to open registration up. So we have a date, that's right, for the fall. We're super excited. Not the fall, I should say the summer. So our date is July 11th, and we're gonna open registration up on Monday. That's right, this coming Monday. So we're really excited about that, and we hope that you guys can join us. So, all right, so I have my cross, and I've got a mat. I just like to mat a lot of my images. I think it's kind of a nice way to frame it, to mat it, and it just makes it kind of pop. It gives it a little bit more of that 3D look, right? And it just makes it, I don't know, I just really like it. It really makes it kind of pop up and look a little more sophisticated. So I'm gonna go ahead and add those down, and just remind you guys that if you haven't already subscribed on my YouTube channel, make sure you do. And I have to tell you, my son Dylan and his friends, they just started a YouTube channel, and they're calling it the Soccer Trio. and they are doing all these fun little sucker tricks, and oh, they are just having a blast. But he has told me that I'm supposed to tell you to click the bell in the top corner so you're notified the next time we go live. And
Gotta be subscribed.
but you gotta be subscribed. Yes, that's it. Doug just reminded me, and Dylan, if he were in here, he would be like, Mom, you have to be subscribed first. So I am learning all the ins and outs of YouTube and what the bell means and how all of that works. So definitely make sure that you do that, because I am going to be live with you again next Thursday. And I have a fun card that I have designed for that, but I'm not going to give away all the details. You have to pop in and join me. All right. So now you guys can see I have my stack, and I'm just going to put some adhesive behind it. And I'm going to add that right here to the center of my card. Pretty easy. And I do use, now you can use snail, of course. I am a big fan of my multi-purpose adhesive because I feel like I can move a little faster, right? And so that's why I do that. And I think some of my customers that are in here, you guys have told me, oh, you've gotten me hooked on that glue. So it's pretty awesome. I love it. I do. And so I generally, and I've even had some people say, well, sometimes I might get a bubble or two. If you use this thick cardstock, I have not had any troubles with that. So that is just something that you can think about. But I'm going to go ahead and just kind of keep sticking these down, and we are well on our way. I'm excited to show you some of the other cards that I created with this set. And now if you haven't ordered some of your retiring items, make sure you do so. Things are definitely selling out. So that's kind of a bummer. But again, we've got some new stuff coming, which is fantastic. But things are going fast. So if you need any in-color inks or in-color cardstocks, I highly recommend that you do that sooner than later. Of course, make sure you look at the last chance list, or if you have any questions, just reach out to me. There's some really good deals out there, really good deals. The support framelits, I think, are on sale for less than $10, which coordinates with the Artfully Awareness stamp set, and that ribbon, which I just think is absolutely fabulous. So make sure you have a look at that. And if you're a customer of mine and you use the host code, I'm excited to show you the beautiful in-color gifts that are this month's gifts. Oh, they're just fantastic. I just wish I could have ordered more. They only let me order like a couple of each item. Stinkers. Okay. Alrighty. So now so yes, I cheated here, guys. I stamped these and I die cut them out because I knew this would take a little while. So I've got a mini glue dot, and I'm just adding these right here to the top and just sticking my little butterflies down. And do you guys like how nice the chocolate chip? That's an old color. This is early espresso. How nice that just pops right off there, off that white. It's really nice. I really like it a lot. And so then what we can do is we can go ahead and add a pearl, right, to the top of that. And I'm just gonna go ahead, and I've got 2 or 3 more here. I do this often. I die cut everything out, and then I stick it on my little sticker here. And it just makes it a lot easier just to kind of stick them down. All right, so now I have some pearls around here. And I am going to just finish this card off while you guys are with me, and I'm just going to add the pearls right here on the top. So I'm just going to add those right here. And I love adding kind of just a little subtle embellishment. Do you see how pretty that is? That just really, it just adds a little something, and it's subtle, but it just really is nice. So I'm going to go ahead and finish these off, and I can't wait to see what your favorite retiring stamp sets are. I would have to say mine's probably, I love everything. I do, I love it all. I just wish that I had more time to create with it, but I do. I love making pretty things and just being in my craft room. It really is. I know you've heard this before. It's like therapy. For me, it truly is. It really takes my mind off of things, and I can't wait then to show you guys what I created. So thank you for enjoying that as much as I do. Okay, so there we go. We have 10 cards. Hopefully that was 20 minutes. I wasn't totally paying attention. But if it wasn't, I can tell you, I can rest assured that I did practice this twice and I made it in 20 minutes. But I guess there wasn't as much chit chat. So, but anyway, this is the card and I just thought it turned out beautiful. One thing that you could do to kind of take it up a notch is you could certainly take your little flower and kind of go up the side, right? And you could stamp your butterfly in here if you wanted to. So that is something else that you could do to kind of dress it up maybe just a wee bit more. All right, so let's have a look here. So this is one of the boxes, the acetate boxes. I love these to give as gifts. Like I said before, I go to parties and things and I take my cards as the gift. And so this one, I just took a belly band. This is a 2-inch thick belly band. You could certainly cut it in the petal pink and stamp it to coordinate. In this case, I just wrapped it around the box and then I basically glued the card right here. So the card actually does come off the box, see? And then you have your cards inside. So I just added it on like that. So I would definitely probably sign it first. It would probably be easier to do that. And then, you know, on the inside. So I probably should have stamped my little flower and the butterfly, but I can do that next time, I suppose. And then on the inside, it fits, I don't know, comfortably, probably, you know, depending on how thick your card is, 3, 4, maybe 5. I'm using the thick cardstock, so I find that 4 is probably perfect, okay? So that is that stamp set. I do want to, or that card, I do want to show you, and I think I did this in my last live, this is the front of one of the envelopes. So you can dress up your envelope, right? And then you can dress up the back of the envelope too. And if you didn't want to do it with the petal pink scrap, you could certainly do it just with the ink, right? And so you can kind of see how it all coordinates nicely. So, I mean, that would be just such a nice gift of stationery, I think, to give somebody. All right. I'm going to set this aside and I have a couple more to show you. That's right. Sometimes when I get going, I can't stop. And my kids are like, oh, Mom, I'm hungry. What's for lunch? And I'm like, lunch? When did we get to lunch already? So here's another one. When the stamp set, when they first released it, I created one of these boxes for all of my team members. And was really excited and sent everybody a really nice message. And so this is Pool Party. And then this card is actually smaller. And it's, you know, it's I don't know, probably a half of an inch smaller, or maybe a little bit more than, or less than that. But, and so as you can see here, I'll bring it up a little higher and I'll have it posted on BrandysCards too, the picture. You can see I added the pearls. And you guys are probably wondering, well, you know, how did you do this? Oh, that little pearl came off. He is stuck to my finger. So how I did that is I used my Stampin' Write markers, right? And so you can color on the stamp that way. And then I stamped that, and with the framelits, this cuts out beautifully. I won't show you the one that I hand cut out. It's a little rough, but it's pretty intricate. So definitely the dies make that much easier. All right, so I've got a couple more in here. All right, so this one is super fun too. And so this one, I used the new ornate embossing folder. Oh, it's just stunning. Can you guys see that? Oh, it's just awesome. I love it. And so for those of you that ordered the embossing folder for your host code gift last month, I'm excited to tell you that I have finally sent all of those gifts. And I finished it up today. So if you haven't received your gift, I promise you it's coming. Those host code gifts, it's tough because with Stampin' Up's delayed shipping, and then the mail seems to be a little bit slower, and I don't have any helpers helping me fill the packages, so you know, it does take me a couple of days once the goodies arrive. So, but anyway, they are headed your way, and I can't hardly wait for you to get them. So thank you so much for your business and letting me you know, send you this happy mail. I love it. Makes my heart happy, really. This one I love too, and you guys, I don't know, can you guys see the background on that one? Can anybody guess how he did that? You guys are probably like, All right, so how I did it is I used my cross. That's right, I used the cross. This is Pacific Point cardstock. I used Pacific Point ink, and I just started stamping my cross in different places to kind of get that same type of coordinated look. Isn't that cool? I thought that was really cool. And so it was just kind of another fun way to, you know, to kind of use that as a background, if you will. So anyway, I think that's all of the cards that I have here to show you. Oh, I'm excited to show you the in colors. Oh my goodness. Okay, let me wrap this up. And I hope that you guys enjoyed that. I hope you give it a try. It's super fun. So here, let me show you the in colors really quick. So this one is Magenta Madness, Bumblebee, pretty awesome, Cinnamon Cider, yes, and Misty Moonlight and Just Jade. Okay, which one is your favorite? So I am a mom of boys, so I generally go to pink. But I think Just Jade has my heart. I think Just Jade is rockin'. They are all pretty fabulous. So I was excited to make you guys a card today and show you these colors in action. However, Stampin' Up didn't allow us to pre-order any ink. So I kind of had to just do it with a stamp set and no ink. So this is the stamp set that I used, and this is from the pre-order, and it's called Touched My Heart. And I used this heart, and I just did some Memento Black. So I'm excited to show you, and that stamp set will be available on June 3rd, so if you like it. All right, so here you go. So what I did is I did the For the Beautiful Ways You Touch My Heart. So that's in the Memento Black, and then you'll see that I added one of our in color gems. Oh, they're so amazing. I'm telling you, you're gonna be in love with these. They are awesome, so pretty. And so that is one of my host code gifts this month. So I added one of those to coordinate. Now, you're probably wondering, well, how did you get the image on here if you didn't have the ink? Yeah, I had to go old school. I went back to Versamark. I pulled in my Versamark and was like, oh yeah. But this one, I didn't add ink. My Versamark is rough. You guys want to see it? Oh. It has seen better days. But I re-inked it so that I could get a little bit better of an image for you. So check this out. This one was the re-inked one. And you can see that it's darker. And so that is awesome. Now check this one out. This one's cinnamon. Oh, I just love it. And the little touch down here with the in color, I just thought it just worked out beautifully. And so then you have your Just Jade, and you have the Bumblebee. Now, I don't know why I couldn't remember that. So, but you see the difference just by adding some Versamark refill. This was pretty light, but if you're going for that look, of course, that's okay. But I added some more in there, and I wanted those to pop out so you guys could really see these colors. Oh, they're stunning. Okay, so I just get so excited. I'm gonna share these on Brandy's cards as well. So if you like this card and you'd like to create it yourself, you will be able to do that, all right? Now let me show you before I go back over here. These are this month's host code gifts. And so the in color enamel dots, they're all 5 colors, and they are just beautiful. The other one is this new gingham ribbon. and it is Bumblebee Gingham Ribbon. And I don't know how well you can really see that, but it reminds me of that designer paper we had last year that we couldn't hardly keep in stock. It was so fabulous. That's what that reminds me of. And then this one is the greenery embossing folders, and they are fabulous. I don't know, can you guys see how nice that embossed? Yeah, it's awesome. Really, really nice. And then this one is also really nice, the raised texture, and it's like vines, if you will, maybe. And so this is the greenery. I even like that side. That side is even super cool. So these two embossing folders actually come together. That's right, these actually come together. And so that is this month's host code gifts. Okay, so I'm gonna step back over to my seat here and slide back in here. And I am going to check the comments. I'm excited to see. Those are all new colors with Versamark. Yeah, pretty cool.
The comments went down for a little bit, but they came back.
Oh, good. Okay. So let's see. Are there dies to match? That's a good question. Are there dies to match that stamp set? You know what? Oh, I do have the catalog here. Let me see here. So this is the cover of the new catalog. Now, I can't show it to y'all yet. I'm not allowed to open it until June 3rd. But I'll just go ahead and have a look here, and I can tell you.
Some of them may have already received it. Right?
Yeah, some of you guys may have already gotten it. So let's see. Touched, what does it say? Touched My Heart. Touched My Heart, page 187. What? That wasn't far enough. That was different. Okay. Remember, there's an index here in the back. And so let's see. Oh, it's a host stamp set. That's what it is. I didn't even realize that. So it's a host stamp set that you get for free with a qualifying order. So that is pretty awesome. So no, there's no framelits with that set, but you can earn it or qualify for it for free. So that's pretty awesome. All right, I'm gonna look over here, and Rhonda says she loves all the colors. They're pretty rockin'. I mean, they are gorgeous. And I have to tell you, I'm so sad when we have to let go of the 5 colors that we are, the blueberry bushel, and but to welcome in some new color to add in our palette is just pretty fantastic too. So I hope you guys get excited. Watch for your catalogs, they're coming. Now, I told you that I get cards, I just love the cards that y'all send me. So I just pulled the last couple that I received, and I just wanted to share them with you because they mean so much to me. They're also beautiful. And this one is from Bianca Craig. And so Bianca recently joined my team, and I'm just so excited that you're a part of our team. And I just thought this was beautiful. She used the poppy paper and the poppy elements, and I just really like how she layered that up. This one is gorgeous. This is from Susie Kegel. Another beautiful card creation. Can you guys see that? And that's with the bird ballad. Just so pretty. I love the coloring of the birds. I'm a bird person too, and so I heard saw a couple of you were watching the birds. So this one is from Sandy Armstrong, and I saw, Sandy, you're in here, so I'm excited to show your piece of art. Your card was absolutely adorable. This girl is precious, and I can see that she has got some serious Wink Estella going. It is beautiful. She is all shimmery, or potentially it's your paper, I'm not sure, but it is stunning. It's so pretty, and I love it. This one is from Evelyn, and more of a black and white, and then she highlighted some color in that one. Another beautiful card. I love the little bow. That is like a perfect little bow right there. Nice job. Very nice. Very pretty card, and I love how she layered that up. So thank you, Evelyn, for sending me that card. And here's another cute one. This is from Anne, and I think it's a little gnome. I just thought it was really fun and super cute. So one of the best things in life is you. That's pretty cute. I loved it. So thank you. So keep those cards coming. I love to receive them. They mean so much to me. So thank you for doing that. All right, let me just look over here and see if you like the colors and are looking forward to the new colors. Awesome. Okay. Well, guys, thank you so much for joining me tonight. I hope that you had fun, and I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. It's just pretty awesome that I can come to you like this, and that we can share together, and then I can see your comments live. That just it makes me so happy. So thank you for taking time out of your day and for crafting with me. I'm so grateful, and I hope you enjoyed this card. If you like the Hold On to Hope stamp set, it is retiring, and so are the framelits. So make sure that you get any of your retiring products sooner than later, because it's while supplies last.
Till the end of the month, right?
While supplies last,
Yeah, yeah.
or to the end of the month. That's exactly right. Whichever comes first, so that's definitely right. Okay, so I think that's it. I'm going to be sending out an email, so if you are looking for sizes and dimensions for this card, I will have that up. And if you are interested in our next Creative 8 online retreat, I'm going to be sending an email out in the next couple of days. And that email is going to give you kind of the information that you need to watch for the retreat link on Monday, because we are going live with that, and we are so excited.
Going live with registration.
With the registration, that's right. And so the date, you want to save the date for the retreat, which is July 11th. And if you're thinking, what is she talking about? Just be sure to subscribe to Brandy's Cards, and all of that information will be there. And of course, if you missed the last retreat, as we've decided that we would go ahead and offer that to anybody who missed it, you can actually purchase the spring retreat. You'll get all of the videos, all of the tutorials. So that is on Brandy's Cards as well. All right, Sherry and Tanya, guys, thank you so much for being here. I'm gonna let y'all.
Next Thursday.
I'll see you guys all next Thursday. That's right. Is it the 21st?
I'm not sure about that.
I'm not sure the date, but I will see you next Thursday. I am super excited, and I hope you'll be here to join me. 7 o'clock, okay? All right, guys. Thank you so much. Have a blessed day, and until next time, happy stamping. Bye.